Have you ever wondered what happens after we transcend? Where are we going and who we might see on the other side? Greetings and blessings. Today, I want to speak with tenderness about a subject many hearts carry quietly. We often wonder what happens after we transcend. Where are we going and who we might see? These are questions many people feel deeply, yet they do not always feel safe saying it out loud. So let us begin with respect, softness, and an open heart. When someone leaves this earthly plane, many believe they have not truly been lost. They are still present, only in another dimension that our physical senses cannot access in the same way yet. That idea can bring comfort to those who miss someone dearly. It can also invite us to reflect on life with more presence and gratitude. Today, there is so much information available, and many documented near death experiences or NEDs have been shared by people who return. Their stories often speak about peace, light, love, and a sense of being held. Some describe leaving the body gently. Some describe seeing loved ones. Some describe a deep knowing they were there safe. And while every experience is unique, the common thread is often a feeling of expansion rather than fear. That is why this conversation matters. Not to create fear, but to bring awareness. Not to tell anyone what to believe, but to offer a space for reflection. Because if life is more than what we see with our eyes, perhaps our daily choices carry even more meaning. Many traditions and spiritual paths speak about the soul continuing its journey. In that view, death does not interrupt life. It only interrupts time as we experience it here. And time in this early and dual plane shapes how we measure beginnings and endings. But beyond this plane, many believe time is not the same. There is more stillness there, more unity, more understanding. When we transcend, some believe we no longer feel the pain of the body, of the weight of the earthly concerns. We release what was temporary. We move into a subtler state of peace, tranquility, and love, and infinite understanding. That image can be comforting, especially for those who are grieving. It reminds us that love does not end simply because the body is no longer here. It changes form. It continues in memory, in energy, in presence, and in the quiet moments when we feel someone near. And yes, many people say that when they think of a loved one, they feel an immediate warmth and connection. If we understand ourselves as energy, then we understand that our thoughts and feelings carry frequency. So when we remember someone with love, that loving frequency becomes part of the experience. This is a gentle reminder that connection may be deeper than distance. There is also a part of many spiritual teachings that it speaks about that on what we believe during life shapes what we experience after transition. If a person has lived in fear, guilt, or heavy beliefs, that inner landscape may continue for a long time. If a person has cultivated love, compassion, and trust, that may also shape the journey. This is not about punishment. This is about consciousness. It's about the energy we carry. It is about the inner world we have been building all along. That is why it can be so meaningful to examine our limiting beliefs while we are still here. Sometimes we inherit beliefs from family, from society, sometimes from painful experiences. And without noticing, we carry ideas that keeps us small, afraid, or disconnected from our own light. That in this is where healing becomes secret. Because when we change the way we think, feel, and relate to life, we also change the quality of our inner experience. Many people who study NEDs speak about a life review. This is often described as a moment of deep reflection, not a moment of punishment, not a moment of accusation, a moment of seeing one's life with complete honesty. What was done, what was left undone, what was spoken with love, what was spoken in pain, what was offered, what was withheld. And in that review, many say the soul understands itself more clearly. There is often compassion in that process. There is often wisdom. There is often a recognition that every experience had meaning for growth. That idea can be powerful for us now because if our life will one day be seen in full, then perhaps it is wise to live with intention today. Perhaps it is wise to speak gently, to love honestly, to forgive and to forgive where we can, to release habits that keeps us from our highest self, to choose thoughts that nourish rather than diminishes, to remember that our consciousness is always shaping something. After the life review, many spiritual accounts describe a transition towards light, and the light is often understood as the origin, a place of return, a dimension of pure love and awareness. Some say that if a person's consciousness is still heavy with fear, they may experience a lower transition, not because they are rejected, but because they are still remembering who they are. That is why raising consciousness now matters. It is not about perfection, it is about alignment. It is about learning to live with more awareness, more compassion, and more inner peace. Some people ask whether these experiences are real. What I can say is that thousands of people have shared similar experiences across cultures, languages, and beliefs. And when many stories point towards peace, love, and continuity, it invites us to listen with humility. It invites us to remain open. It invites us to honor mystery. Because not everything secret arrives in a form we can measure with the mind alone. Some truths are felt in the heart. Some are sensed in silence. Some are understood only when we are willing to soften. If you are grieving, please know this space is held with care. Your love for the person you miss is real. Your memory of them matters. And if you feel them near, that feeling can be part of your healing. You do not need to rush your process. You do not need to force certainty. You only need to keep your heart open to comfort, peace, and the possibility that love continues. And if you're watching this because you are curious about your own journey, then let this be a gentle invitation. Live in a way that honors your soul. Choose words that bless. Choose habits that support your body. Choose thoughts that elevate your spirit. Breathe with gratitude. Walk with presence. Remember that every moment is an opportunity to return to balance. We are a spiritual beings having a physical experience, and this life is precious because it gives us the chance to grow, to love, and to awaken. The greatest pain is often not the transition itself. It is living disconnected from our truth. It is forgetting to love deeply while we are still here. So today, may we remember that our loved ones that are not erased by distance or time. May we remember that consciousness may be far more expansive than we were thought. May we remember that every thought carries energy. And may we remember that healing begins when we speak honestly about the things our soul has always known. If this message brought you comfort or reflection, stay with us as we continue exploring the connection between mind, body, and spirit. I invite you to subscribe to our channel. Take the next step with us in a gentle way. Remember that we offer complimentary sessions to help you find the tools you need for a better life. Till next time, lots of blessings.